Unlike their fellow Paiwan people who rely on mountain for a living, those living in Taitung's Dawu Township depend on the sea for their livelihood. However, in recent months, they have been unable to sail out fishing trips since the mud has been piling up in Dawu Fishing Port. Their lives have been seriously affected. Most people associate fishing culture with the Amis people, but in Taitung's Dawu Township, a group of Paiwan people also rely on the ocean for a living. People in Taitung's Lalalan community even practice a sea ceremony in memory of the whales.
We've been living by the sea since childhood. But in order to make a living, we not only go fishing, but also have to work in the mountains.
About 60 years ago, the locals discovered rich fish resources in the South Pacific and started using rubber rafts to do catch. Later on, more and more people were catching fish for their livelihood. So in 1953, the government built Dawu Fishing Port for the fishermen.
差不多从14岁开始，就用这个呢，把大家来기척다가 많이 기척하고 아파트도. Debu cukup womana gioming Paiwan. Ijos rujakas, ijos chasoko, ijos katsing, ijos kalapit, ijos aikopu toyo.
But recently, fishing boats are not seen at Dawu Fishing Port. Instead, excavators and trucks are bustling to clean up the place. Mud mixed with sand and stones caused by northeastern winds has piled up almost 2 stories high. The problem has persisted ever since the port was built. Just last year, the fishermen were unable to go fishing for 2 months. Taitung County government said it had to spend about 10 million NT dollars in a cleanup efforts every year.
They are dealing with the results and not solving the problem. It's only a short-term fix. If the government takes the problem seriously, it should extend the embankment by 200 or 300 meters. The area within the embankment can last for 10 years or so without worries over mud.
The fishermen have recommended extension of the north embankment, but the law says otherwise. The National Land Restoration Act states that, unless absolutely necessary, no more fishing ports should be built and expansion cannot be made to avoid damaging natural environment. It seems there will be a long wait for the fishermen to set sail again. Dawu Fishing Port now looks like a mud beach, which has stranded fishermen on the land without being able to make a living at sea. Now all they can do is hoping that the government will speed up the cleanup efforts so that their lives can return to normal. TITV Weekly.